I just had a really great experience at the gym where I often go to meditate and do some energy work. And I thought that I needed to share this experience because it is something that we will all eventually evolve into. And I think the faster that we, or the sooner that we consciously put this possibility in our forefront of our mind, of course, we always connect and attract anything that we put our intention on. And so I was guided to start going really deep within in the center of my head. And what I was shown or asked to do was that in the center of our head, in the very, very center of our head, there are the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. And long ago, or in the past of our evolution as humans, these two items weren't separate. They acted as two ends of one all-seeing eye. So at first, I was asked to go within to start to reconstruct that all-seeing eye that is truly, truly all-seeing. I know oftentimes we talk about the spiritual eye or whatnot, but I think and I believe this is to a totally, totally, completely new level of being able to see anything, anywhere, every direction of space and time. And so I was guided to go in and start to put my attention and intention on that area and start imagining that all-seeing eye. And what was interesting is my brain kept trying to picture an eye shaped as not a round ball, but as a eye like the eye of Ra, right? Like this thing with eyelids. So that shape, or like the shape of a crow eye or something like that. And so I was trying to see that there and force it there, and I struggled with that. And then I just started playing with the energetic currents between the 2 points. And so I asked for the activation of the currents between those 2 glands to begin talking to each other and communicating with each other as should be their natural state in the I am presence that we are originally formed to have. And again, there was a little bit of a struggle, and it's almost created this arc, kind of like what would be created between when you look at the filaments of a light bulb, there's that little arc that goes across. And so I kind of just started playing with the currents from the pineal gland to the pituitary gland and back to the pituitary gland and pineal gland, and then going both ways. And so I actually did this a couple days ago, and then today's meditation on that took me even further. So I needed to give some foreground to this meditation and this intention. So as I held the intention there, and as I asked to see the all-seeing eye and be in the midst of the all-seeing eye and to understand the all-seeing eye that originally was meant to be between these glands, what eventually, after a while of trying to share the currents with each other and flow the currents in between each other, trying different ways, what happened was amazing. What happened is a round ball just precipitated itself into existence between those 2 points. And this round ball was literally all moving. I mean, it moved in it spun. That's the correct word. It spun in every direction at the same time. And it almost looked like what you would see if you pulled up the picture of a electron. You know, where you have the energy, there's the core of the atom, and then I don't even know if I'm really saying this right, but if you pull up a picture of an atom or an electron, you're going to see what I saw in my head, in the center of my head. And this all-seeing eye began to just kind of pick up energetic force and energetic speed. And the faster and faster and faster that it does this and that it moves in all these directions, I can feel the radiance coming from that eye, the all-seeing eye. And what happened today is the clarity of what that eye represents, and why we use it and why we would need to use it or get to use it. Well, we get to use it because it is our birthright as the I Am Presence, as the God Self, to be able to see truth in all things. True truth in all things, in every direction of space and time. And so this is the point of arrival, with activating and restoring and charging this all-seeing eye. It is a muscle that must be developed, or an energetic muscle that must be developed. So by holding your intention here and going back to it frequently and asking the mighty presence within to show you and teach you and to restore this into perfect existence and to sustain this all-seeing eye throughout every direction of space and time. Everybody moves at different paces, which is perfectly in alignment with their pace of development. So everybody will probably experience something different here, but I wanted to share this because I think it is definitely a part of our evolution and returning to our I Am Presence. So if you want to embark on this journey with me or alongside of me or just by yourself as a part of the returning to your divine truth, I encourage you to do so, and I bless your process. The final thing that I would say is, as I continue to hold my focus on that all-seeing eye and the movement of it and the energy that it began to project, it was like building up momentum. It was almost like at the center, the clouds, almost if it was a cloudy eye, the clouds began to part. And what you could see is clear sky in the center. And it's slowly, slowly opening further and further and further for me to see through it. I hope I did a good job explaining this. I knew I needed to talk about it, document it, and I encourage those who find it in their heart to embark on this journey also to do so, because it is another level of activation of returning to our I Am Presence. Be blessed and love all first and last and always.